actually sat down with Will and had a conversation due to the transformation from their marriage to life partnership that they've spoken on several times, and it, not involving romanticism. Mm-hmm. He gave me his blessing, and I totally gave myself to that relationship for years of my life, and I truly and really, really deeply loved and have a ton of love for her. I devoted myself to it. I gave my full self to it. So much so to the point that I can die right now and be okay with knowing that I truly gave myself to somebody.
Right, you did the right thing.
And I really loved a person. I experienced that. I know what that feels like. I actually...
Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. So let's just get right into this video. I'm going to be doing a little voiceover / podcast again. Y'all, if y'all have not been living under a rock, I'm sure you guys have all known and heard or been new about Jada Smith and August Alsina being together. To me, this is nothing new. I'm just surprised that he actually came out and fully said it. But in this video, I'm going to be kind of showing you guys a little bit of videos that I've pulled together and a little bit of research. And yeah, so let's get into this video, and I hope you guys like it. Now, I know I'm not the only person that's watched the Breakfast Club interview yet with August Alsina and Angela Yee. So yeah, he pretty much said that he had an affair with Jada and Will gave him his blessings. Child, I don't even know. Like, I'm just... Real people that, like, really been knowing about this, we already knew about this, but it's just shocking. Like I said, it's very shocking that he's actually coming out and saying it, because I could have sworn a couple months ago or last year, I remember he was on his Instagram and he said that Will had had his goons or whatever come and jump him because he was trying to speak out about it. So this is very interesting.
What do you say to the rumors? There's a persistent rumors of y'all, though, right?
Always. I love them.
The most persistent ones, y'all have an open relationship.
Yes. That's the most persistent one.
And that's the one that many of us appeal to when we try to get our own situations. Like, look, you want Will and Jada? Well, yeah. Is it true, first of all?
No, I think that people get that idea because Will and I are very relaxed with one another, and I think because, from how I've answered questions of, girl, what would you do if he came home and this and that, or, being married to a big superstar like Will, how do you deal with other women? And my answer is always, I've always told Will, you can do whatever you want, as long as you can look at yourself in the mirror and be okay.
Wow.
Okay? Because at the end of the day, Will is his own man. I'm here as his partner, but he is his own man. He has to decide who he wants to be. And that's not for me to do for him. Or vice versa.
I was going to say, does that go to...
Absolutely.
Because I remember Ossie Davis and Ruby Dee had a similar kind of conversation.
Absolutely.
But from what Ruby Dee told me...
I love Ruby Dee.
It was much more... But it's much more... Ossie could look himself in the mirror, but she wasn't comfortable making the same types of decisions.
Right.
You know what I mean? So sometimes there's not the balance in the relationship. You two seem to have a different type of balance.
Absolutely. But I think that just comes from respecting that you're in a partnership, but that you also are an individual as well.
Rumor that Will and I are swingers. That's the craziest.
Wasn't that kind of recent, actually?
No, it's constant.
Really?
And I'm like, yo, I wish.
Now, this isn't the first time that Jada and Will have been accused of having an open relationship. Honestly, this has been going on since, I want to say, 2012, 2013. So yeah, this is really nothing new. The only thing different is that there's actually somebody speaking out and saying, hey, yeah, I had an affair with Jada. So, I mean, this is nothing new. Like, news reports, articles, interviewers have came out and asked, but they've always denied it. So, I always just I peep game. And especially when August Alsina came out with this song, the remix to Kehlani's song, Nunya, last year, and he put Jada's middle name in his lyric video, and then he put the emoji of her. Now, when I saw that, I already knew what the fuck was up. Now, I couldn't help but bring up the fact that Jada and Will, when I was doing my research, they had both said that they had gotten some counseling from Ruby D, and her husband, which both of them, they both say that they were life partners as well instead of being in a marriage. And I think that's where Will and Jada got the concept of it, because even in the book that Ruby D does with her husband, they talk about how at one period in time that they had an open relationship as well.
Years, I know. 20 years of marriage, together for 23. Wow. Yo, hardcore.
How do you do it, Will?
Hey, man, you just...
I'm on 13, man.
Yeah, yo, 13. No, 13 is good. Now, me and Jada, it's funny, Ruby D died a few years ago, and her and Ossie Davis have been together for 50 years. Yeah. So me and Jada was struggling hard. So we went to go talk to Ruby D. So we sit down, and Ruby, she was just when people have that look, like when you just understand they get life, they got it. You don't know what it is, but you can just see the look where they got it. And Ruby got that look, and she's sitting. So Ruby turns to Jada, and she said, "How long you known him?" And Jada said, at the time it was 17 years. She said, "I've known him for 17 years. Ruby said, 17 years? Shit, you don't even know him yet. Wow. Right? She said, "Just relax." And that was her whole advice. She said, "You don't even know him yet." And it was like the idea that 17 years, you don't even know him yet. And that is so deeply true. It's like, as much as marriage is a relationship commitment, it really is a singular commitment to yourself that you are going to use your marriage to develop yourself, right? Marriage demands that you be the best version of you, or it ain't.
Now, as I stated in the beginning of this video, this is not the first time that it's been said that Jada had an affair. If you guys have not known, back in 2011, her and Mark Anthony, which is one of J-Lo's exes, honey, it was alleged that after their TV show that they did, that they had gotten romantic. So, honey, this is not the first time that we've heard that Jada has had a sex addiction. So, I mean, are you surprised?
Have you ever had an addiction? Yes, I've had several.
Jada Pinkett Smith opens up about her struggles with addiction.
I'm hoping that it will give people the freedom also in their lives to find their truth.
The 46-year-old actress got extremely candid on the latest episode of her hit Facebook Watch series, Red Table Talk, where she revealed her addiction to sex.
My sort of addictions jump. They jump around. When I was younger, I definitely think I had a sex addiction of some kind. Yes, that everything could be fixed by sex.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Or
It's the behavior.
It's the behavior that's attached to it. Because if you want to have a lot of sex, that's great, but why are you having all that sex? That's what you gotta look at. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Sex wasn't the only obstacle she's faced.
I became a gym addict. I was just in the gym constantly, and then I remember reaching a rock bottom. That time I was in the house by myself, and I had those 2 bottles of wine and was going for the 3rd bottle, and it was like, now hold up. You in this house by yourself going on to your 3rd
That's gangster.
bottle of wine. You might have a problem.
Jada says she was able to combat the issues herself.
I went cold turkey. That's the thing about me. I can go cold turkey.
Yeah.
I am a binger, and I always have to watch myself and just how I can get just obsessed with things and You know, it's not what you're doing, but how you're with it.
Right.
Why you're doing it.
I heard that interview, and that just leaves me to think that her sex addiction was not when she was younger, and I feel like it had to start when it had to start when she was in her marriage, because come on now. And I thought it was very ironic how she did that interview with August Alsina. Let me just sip my tea, honey, okay? Now, Will Smith has also been accused of stepping out of his marriage or having an open relationship. So, which brings me to my conclusion about this whole story and everything. I honestly feel like y'all heard August Alsina said that he asked for Will Smith's blessing. Now, if he asked for your blessing, I don't understand, August Alsina, why your ass is coming out here and making not making a big deal out of it. But if you knew your place, if you knew what was going on in the beginning of it and you were fine with it, why the fuck are you coming out now? That should have been behind closed doors or dealt with just between you and Jada. This is personally how I feel, because now you got people like messy old me that have to spill the tea. And don't get me wrong, I know that if the roles were switched and we'd be calling this girl or whoever it was a fucking, oh, you ruined their marriage and da-da-da-da this and that. But why is it that I'm seeing black women and mainly sticking up for this man? Like, yes, I understand, but he is not the victim in this. He walked into a situation that he already knew what the fucking deal was, and he decided to stay and get his heart broken and played with. That's not, like, you're not a victim, sir. You knew that they were together 15 plus years, had 3-4 kids established, and your ass just walks in. You really think that they gonna leave all of that for you? Nigga, wake the hell up. I'm 20 years old. Your ass had to been 24. Your ass was grown as hell to know what was going on. Now, I'm not denying that August Alsina's feelings are valid, because they just might be, but I just wanted to bring this situation up. So let's just say that Jay-Z and Beyonce both had an open relationship, and we didn't see Jay-Z, or we don't see Beyonce, but we see Jay-Z out and about, going places, doing all these things, going to red carpets with some other bitch. Now, we know damn well if that mistress were to come out and say, oh yeah, I had a relationship and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, she would be all types of hoe, bitches, ass, motherfucker, da-da-da-da, this, that, home wrecker. Oh, I'm about to beat this bitch's ass. But when it's August Alsina, it's fine. Like, everybody's just accepting and thinking it's okay. Like, I honestly just feel like all of this was just so that he could promote his new album. But with August Alsina's beefcake and Jada Pinkett Smith's sex addiction, I mean, it all makes sense. Like, I'm not surprised that they would be fucking. So, I mean, let's be honest. She tried to say that he was her son or whatnot. Girl, you ain't gotta lie. All you had to say was you was just getting that good beefcake and that your ass wanted to use some of them grapefruit tricks on him, okay? That's all you had to say, boo. Oh, and if that's not bad enough, both Jada and Will are both coming out and denying the whole fact about it. And to be honest, I feel like, yes, something did happen, and multiple times, and I feel like August probably wanted something more, but Jada and Will was not about to let that happen. And honestly, Jada and Will, I'm gonna need y'all to make sure that y'all are making y'all side pieces sign non-disclosures, because this shit ain't cute and y'all got grown-ass kids out here. But yeah, that is the end of my commentary. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.
Ready to be what I need, so I give you time to make me a priority. But my feelings out there, you ignored it. Being real is what you can't afford, and I paid a lot for it. The time I invested, you can't give it back. You can't get mad at the way I react.